Want more Marvel? Digging DC? Looking for the latest in nerd news? We got it all and more. This is
Distant Nerding.
We're talking about anything pop culture, movies, music, food, wrestling, whatever you're nerding out on, we want to talk about it. The Distance Nerding podcast celebrates all things you nerd out on. More nerd news, less nerd negativity. Each week, join Young Phil and John Mez 5000 as they discuss what's new in the nerd world and get your voice heard in the Facebook group, The Distance Nerdington Post. Grab some tacos, hold on to your butts, and strap in for the ride. You are now listening to Distance Nerding.
Yo. What is going on, Mr. Ezra?
Not much. What's going on with you?
I am wearing my Distance Nerding shirt. I feel like a superhero. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, Sangshai.
Yeah, we just went tell everybody what we got to do yet last night.
We got to go with Distance Nerding to go see Shang-Chi.
Woohoo! We got to go even like before. I guess today is the official day, right?
Yeah, they rented out a whole theater. It was like a group of 20 of us because that's COVID regulation. And
they even did prizes.
Yeah, they did prizes. There was 2 pops. They gave us stickers. Unfortunately, neither of us won the pops.
I know. I wanted the Shang-Chi pop.
I wanted the King. What's his face? I forgot his name.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, Killmonger.
King Killmonger.
It was the What If.
Yeah, the What If King Killmonger.
Yeah, I wanted the Shang-Chi just to memorialize the night. Alex, what is up down in Mexico? It is so good to see you. We need to have you guys back on. I know you guys are doing big things. They have their videos all out all over the internet, and I'm constantly seeing their members doing new stuff. So I'm always excited about that. So we got to see Shang-Chi last night. We were part of a exclusive group. We had the whole theater rented out. So it was kind of cool to have literally get to sit almost exactly where you want. Except for you and Phoenix were trying to fight for the same chair. The middle top.
No. No. I sat adjacent to the middle. I like the one that's next to the middle. And then she wanted the middle seat and she thought I was going for it. So that's on her.
Gino, what is up? So good to see you. And, Phoenix, she is not here tonight. We weren't even sure if she was jumping on because she just left SAC Anime, correct?
Yes, she just left about half an hour ago from SAC Anime. I'm not sure if she's going to hop on tonight. She said that she might, but she might not. So.
And I while we're talking about SAC Anime really quick, that is a big event here in Northern California. That is this weekend. It is now. It is tomorrow. It is Sunday. I want to do a really quick thank you and a big what up to Daryl Garamond with Sight and Sound Audio Video, who gave Kyber Cave 22 tickets. And I have 1 ticket left. So if you are in desperate need and want to go to the SAC Anime Con this weekend, I can meet you at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, and we can get your tickets hooked up. So one person, whoever asked for it, first person to ask for it, can have the one SAC Anime. It's a wristband, really. It's not even a ticket. So Alex said give it to you, but that's a long way to go for an anime, for a con.
For a 3-day convention, yeah.
Right. We just got back from, we did Silicon last weekend. We did Shang-Chi last night, and then we're doing SAC Anime tomorrow. So it has been a crazy week. What up, Matt Torres? I know who Matt is here for. Matt is here. Matt is a good supporter. So,
go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Okay. I do want to say that those tickets are good for all 3 days of SAC Anime, today, tomorrow, and Sunday.
Right. Well, obviously today's gone. So
yeah,
Saturday and Sunday.
Today's gone. So Saturday, Sunday, they are good for if you want to go.
Right. Exactly. Besides that, what else is there anything else coming up in general?
I kind of want to hear about your Silicon experience.
Silicon, that was very cool. As some of you may or may not know, Shang-Chi was fantastic. It was amazing.
It was so good.
You need to see it in the theater. I think the theater experience was definitely worth it.
It's my number 2 favorite movie.
It's your number 2 favorite movie.
Number 1, John Wick 3.
You're talking about not even in the MCU. You're talking
not
about
even in the MCU, just in general.
Wow. A lot of people are gonna hold you to that. You said it here. What was Silicon? Yeah, it was cool. We were hanging out with Gary and V Ripper. When I say hanging out, we were working at their booth for part of the weekend. And Gary got the opportunity to give a custom blade to Adam Savage. So if you go to the Ripper Blade page, you'll be able to see that. Dawn got to fulfill a dream in that he got to go in the Q&A and ask Adam a question, and that was taped. He also got a photo with Adam while Adam was in his incognito gear. And
Dawn was also able to go into an Adam Savage video.
Right. That was the Q&A session that I was and no, you were talking about a special video that was
this special, like, on his YouTube channel video. If you look on the Adam Savage Incognito at Silicon video, the most recent one from like this past Monday, I think is when he posted it. Dawn is wearing a black and red Mando helmet with like really cool lettering and stuff here.
Right, designs and stuff all along inside.
Amazing.
Hello, Say Wong from the Saki Anime. I saw Say Wong's video earlier today when he was waiting in line. Holy bejesus, that was a long line. But I hope you are enjoying yourself. What is up to everybody at Sack Anime? We will be there tomorrow.
Can't wait.
I know Chris and his group, they're coming as Ghostbusters tomorrow. I know we've got some Jedi and some Sith coming in. It's going to be very interesting.
Very interesting. Can't wait.
Yes. And I actually got to fulfill a fanboy dream at Silicon too. I was very, very excited. And mine was unexpected. So like, at least, Rip and Dawn knew Adam Savage was going to be there. So on mine, it's actually up there. I'm going to leave it up there, but you can see pictures on our Facebook page. They at the cons, they always have their panel of famous people. A lot of times there's voice actors and things like that. So there was a voice actor, very famous voice actor named Jim Cummings, who is best known for doing Winnie the Pooh, but he literally has done a huge list of characters that you know, and love and grew up with. His list is so big, in fact, that when I looked on his listing to see, what he does, my personal favorite character in the Star Wars universe is a voice that he does, and it wasn't even listed on there. So to my surprise, when I was looking at the vendors and I saw he had a photo, I had to get Hondo Anaka. So Jim Cummings does Hondo Anaka. I was able to get Hondo Anaka's autograph, and I told him my favorite quote from any character in any Star Wars property was Hondo Anaka. And I did 2 of the lines, and he finished the last line in Hondo's voice. So I got to be all, ooh.
He got to have his fanboy moment.
That's right. Hey, you know what? We have a very special show tonight, Mr. Ezra. This is, and we're going to let people figure out how it's special. But do you want to let people know about our flow of the show, or do you want me to do it?
I'll let you do it.
Okay. First off, we want to thank, as always, our fantastic producer, Mr. James Kaiser, a.k.a. Mr. Darth Cephalus, who always brings us amazing talent. This is somebody that we have had on the show a few times before, and you're going to see the fun little twist we do with this later. But for now, let's get ready and see our flow of the show. Mr. Grady Magee. That is absolutely amazing, dude. The speed and dexterity on that, especially, you know, like I was always amazed when people do things in costume, because my stuff is forever getting caught on a cloak or like a hood when I'm trying to spin something behind my back.
Every time, it always amazes me like the everything looks so complex, but when someone actually gains the muscle memory of doing it, it just comes fluid to them.
Right.
And I know a lot of flow artists can do like what looks to us like the hardest thing to do in the world, but to them it's just like a normal Tuesday.
Right. Well, that's a lot of muscle memory and practice. That doesn't just happen, you know, the first time you catch a saber.
No, but it always amazes me like how they can like pull someone in and they're just like, oh yeah, so this is just normal to me.
Right. Well, you know, that is the beauty of being a master at a trade. And you know what? While we're talking about it, that is what is so special about the show. I am very excited. This is an all Grady Magee special. Woo-hoo! We actually are going to be interviewing the man behind that here in just a moment. And if you are a regular watcher of Saber Rattle, you know that is not the first time that Grady has been on here. So with no further ado,
wait. Oh. He actually jumped off, but we do have another like little person who jumped on.
Oh, that did you? Oh, yes.
Hi guys.
Hello. Are you being escorted in a limo?
Yeah.
So what's up, low key? How was SAC Anime?
It was amazing. In fact, let's see. Here we go.
Nice. Yes. I saw your photo with Odin Makes.
Yes, I
lucky
am an incredible fan. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna be out there. We're gonna be out there tomorrow. We're actually gonna talk to him about trying to get him on Saber Rattle, because Dawn met him last weekend at
he knew Dawn
event. So yeah, so they became buddies, and we're gonna go reconnect with him. I'm gonna try to talk to him about that. So fingers crossed.
And our guest is back.
Yeah. Did you see how was the crowd? How was the attendance?
There was a lot of people there. I was really surprised.
Yeah, a lot. Like, was it like packed shoulder to shoulder? Or?
You could bump into a lot of people.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I haven't quite gotten home yet, so I'm being escorted. Yeah. Shield's got me right now.
All right. Oh. Did you have to be escorted out of the building?
Yeah.
You're so lucky the TVA didn't come get you.
They were protecting me from the TVA.
Oh.
Yeah.
Actually, hey, Ezra, let me know when Grady jumps on.
Grady just jumped back on.
Grady is back on?
Yes.
Woo-hoo. So are you are going to Fresno tomorrow with Distance Nerding? Look, yeah. I'm even wearing my Distance Nerding shirt.
Good. Yeah. They actually have a really worthy cause. They're working with Project Wishes on a Star. I think that's how I said it. Said it right. They're really. I'm excited to work with them tomorrow. So.
Beautiful. What are you going to be doing? Are you going to be like running a booth or helping them out? What are you doing?
Pretty much everything. Helping out, just doing a whole lot of. I don't know. I really don't know.
Are you the coffee person?
Probably. I think I'm gonna cosplay as myself tomorrow, because I've got a whole lot of cosplaying today, and then I've got cosplaying on Sunday.
Right.
Because oh my gosh, Dawn just gave me the most beautiful staff ever.
Oh, you actually have it now?
I do. Yeah.
You want to show it off?
Let's see. It is really, really, really long.
I told you it's over 6 feet tall.
Yeah. No, I can't even. It's as long as the car. So no, I will post pictures and promote the heck out of him, because he deserves every bit. There's so much detail in this thing.
It was amazing. We got to see it coming together here at the shop.
Yeah. No, he deserves all the recognition. And hopefully, even my phone's dying. I've been having a good time today. Thank you, Ark, by the way.
All right, you are welcome. it's kind of a bummer I'm not going to get to see you at all because I'm going on Saturday. So,
Okay.
but yeah, I'm actually
you.
kind of worried. Actually, seeing the line today, I'm kind of worried about going tomorrow morning.
If you can, I would recommend Sunday. Actually, they said that it's kind of a little bit better. A lot of people were telling me that if you come back Sunday, it's a little bit better as far as crowds.
Right, but I have to give tickets to other people too.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Anyways, hey, we've got a fantastic guest waiting backstage. I don't want to leave them hanging too long. I am excited to see you. If you get home in time, jump in for the end of the show.
Okay, say hello to Grady for me. Hi, Grady.
Well, he can see you right now. Yeah, I don't need to say anything. You just said it.
Real quick before we do that, I did pull up a couple of the staff pictures, and I will throw one of them up.
Throw them up.
There's the tip of the staff. That one was just a sneak peek I sent to Phoenix, and then she sent me this one before I was able to see this.
Oh, that was before the paint job on there.
Yeah, this was before the paint job and before he put the little tip on the top of it.
The blade, the finished out the blade.
You can't even see the runes that are etched into that thing.
Yeah,
they're so pretty.
Yeah. So I will let the show if I'm back. If I'm not, I'm still partying with the TVA and with
with Shield.
The Shield, yeah.
All right, if
I'm gonna go find Captain America. I gotta go.
Take it easy, low
Bye,
key.
Phoenix.
All right. With no further ado, let's go ahead and get into our amazing guest. As I said many times before, our guest has been here a few times before in the flow of the show segment, but now we get to learn about his story, how he does what he does, and what he plans on doing in the future. So with no further ado, please give it up, way past his bedtime, Mr. Grady Magee. Yeah!
Oh, hey! How's it going?
Big past your bedtime stretch.
Totally.
How are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm good. How are you, man?
I am beautiful. We were lucky to get a little serenade before the show there. We were getting to hear some of your music as you were playing.
Yes, I'm a chronic noodler. It happens.
Well, I've often said it's very interesting how especially, a lot of people are known for one thing. You might be like a drummer in a famous band or maybe a famous painter, but a lot of times artists are actually really talented in multiple different fields. It's just that you don't necessarily hear about those as often.
That's really true. I mean, there's people even especially in the Saber community, there's a lot of people out there that are like you said, they're super, super multifacetedly talented. Just off the top of my head, if he's watching, Alec Martinez, he's like an amazing fighter, but he's also an amazing Irish dancer and an amazing cosplayer and an amazing it's like seriously the list goes on with that dude. Same with Ryan Capps. He's like again, he's like amazing fighter / all this stuff. It's really cool when you start to dig into the community, like you said, just the art that's out there one way or another. Like people that are into this kind of stuff usually have some other kind of an art outlet.
Right. Now, and especially with music, I found especially with the flow artists, there's several musicians that are also flow artists. Do you find, is there any correlation between the two? Like, do you, when you're going out and practice, do you put headphones on and listen to music and kind of get into a zone? Or
I usually try to. I mean, what kind of stinks is that if I'm recording with my phone, I can't listen to music.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that I don't have something usually trying to go in my head, because I really like to, let the music do kind of help angle and do what I do, because I don't really do set choreographed flows or anything. Everything I do is really free flow. It just kind of happens, goes as I go. So having music in the mix is always a plus.
And that was actually, I'm really happy you brought that up, because as I was watching your video, that was one of the questions I wanted to ask you is, back in the day, way back in the day, I used to ride skateboard. and they would talk about lines, right? So, you might try to ollie up here and do this trick and do this. So you're looking for, lines, you're looking for opportunities to set up certain tricks. With you, it sounds like you don't do that. You're not thinking like, okay, I want to get to this big trick, or I'm trying to, maneuver to this trick. It sounds like you just kind of let the moment dictate how you're gonna move.
Like 9 times out of 10. I mean, but if I'm practicing something, then yeah, I'm trying. Like if I'm practicing a certain move or a certain toss or something, I'll just like over and over and over again try to like go into it different ways, see what works and whatever. And like there's certain moves that I'll do that's like kind of like a filler, like just to give me a second to like think of that next one that I want to do.
Right.
Maybe it's like an Obiani whip or something that'll have me like do some footwork or something. Like sometimes like there is something that I'm like kind of angling after, but it's mostly if I'm like really like highlighting it or working on it. But otherwise, like you said, it's usually like let's just go and see what happens.
Right. Now, how long have you been doing flow?
Actually, like about 4 years now.
4 years. And I know with some other artists, sometimes they get into it, they come through like poi balls, or they come through a different kind of like juggling experience. Did you start with lightsabers, or did you come through some other art form?
No, I strictly came from plastic martial arts instruments and sticks as a kid. That's really my skill base.
Right. Were you in martial arts as a child?
Yeah, but nothing that actually involved any like weapons handling. That was all just kind of soaked up. But like, I still got like the form and a lot of the footwork from Taekwondo and some like, kind of like self-defense-ish based martial arts.
Right. Now, but with what you're doing, then I mean, right. A lot of times people will pull from like martial arts experience to try different moves and things like that. Are you you're then pulling from like lots of different places? You're not really using like, just a background in martial arts or something like that.
Yeah, that's where I'm like reaching into movies and video games. I mean, how many of us didn't grow up swinging swords around and pretending to be Jedi at one point or another? Like, that's pretty much where it comes from. Just look at the movies and look at that stuff. But the cool thing is, like after I started, then my influence really narrowed down. Like I actually started to be more influenced by the other flow artists out there, or just martial arts that lean more towards stuff like that, like like wushu and some of the more form-based artistic like dynamically expressive things. But really, yeah, movies, man.
We just actually Ezra and I, we just went with Distance Nerding to see Shang-Chi last night. Shang-Chi. And would that be something where you might take influence? Like, they had different sword fighting scenes and things like that. Do you watch a movie and then, go, oh, wow, I want to see if I can incorporate that into my, routine?
Yes, there are times totally. Like there's like where I'll be like, that was kind of a pretty cool move. I want to see if I can work that one in like that. There's like maybe the with like the staff. I still haven't worked on this one, but like Black Panther. There's a move where one of the warrior females like whips it around her head and then brings it into a strike. I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. I got to try and work that out at some point.
Right.
But like with like Shang-Chi, the really cool stuff that I'm looking forward to seeing is honestly like a lot of like the really rooted martial forms, like the footworks, just some like the body forms and like this really strong stances and stuff like that. I really dig a lot of that in martial arts.
Right. And there was a lot of a feeling of almost that hidden dragon, crouching tiger kind of a vibe and feel to it too. And I, when I was watching it, I was watching the movement of the hands and thinking about, if you were holding a saber or some of these, how elegant it would look, whipping around your body or it was very cool.
Nice. Yeah, and there's actually some people out there too that are like really more like dance influenced, and that turns into some really really cool like flow translation with sabers. People like oh man, I can't. Brian Gomer for one. He's like, man's an amazing dancer. So like you turn that on with like some saber flow, and it's just gonna look good.
Right. Yeah, we have actually had Brian Gomer on the show before. In fact,
yes, sir, you have.
Yeah, so it's amazing where a lot of this influence has come from. Now, you said you've been doing this for about 4 years. When did the lightsaber become a part of the thing, as opposed to say just a stick off the ground?
That actually, the lightsaber really was the catalyst. Honestly, that was like no joke. A lot of people say that lightsabers can scare away a girlfriend, but when I met my now wife, when we started to plan our wedding, I actually used a lightsaber to propose to her. And, from there, it just rocketed out, and it's awesome. It's like we even have they were involved in our engagement pictures and our wedding, all of it.
Oh, that's so cool.
And that honestly, that was my big step into flow arts. Was like, okay, I want to move like they do in the prequels, and yeah.
Oh wow,
right on. That was good times, man. Seriously, that got us we had newspaper coverage and stuff fantastic. For that. It was the coolest wedding I've ever been at, and I'm not just biased. It totally was awesome. Really small, but really Star Wars. It was great.
Right. And I was going to ask you, that's fantastic. I love that these photos are popping up, because I was going to ask, does your wife cosplay as well? Obviously she does, but that's got to,
she's,
yeah,
she's awesome. She's actually, she usually does kind of a Rey-based cosplay, but she's I taught her most of taught her flow stuff, and we've done choreo bits. We actually had a choreographed lightsaber waltz with a duel for our ceremony. That was actually pretty fun.
That's so cool. That's so cool when you don't have to hide your nerddom from your partner.
Yeah, right? I know. It's no, we went up to 11.
Right. That's so cool. You don't have to explain why you're staying up all night working on a cosplay before a con, because they're probably sitting next to you doing the same thing.
Exactly.
Now, okay, so is flow art something? It sounds like you got into it before your wife did.
Yeah, she always thought it was pretty cool, and I don't know, of course she wanted to try it out, and I just really dove into it every day, man. When I got my first real lightsaber in my hands, I was like,
right.
I can't stop. I want to do this. But then I actually got into it to the point where I thought, hey, maybe I could teach other people how to do this.
Right.
This is actually really fun. I want more people to have fun doing this with. I'll show people how, and that really got her more into it also. Just the fact that I was geeking out so hard, and she saw how much fun it was. And also,
right.
she's a bit of a badass, so if she can pick up a weapon and swing it around like that, that works.
Right.
Language, please.
No, sorry, we're a family show. Yeah, it's okay. They say that on TV. So, you got into the saber. Was was your first inclination to do flow, or were you into the combat first? Because I know that the type of saber that you have doing flow is not necessarily going to be the same saber that you use for a fighting saber. Did you find, were you able to get a saber right away that you were able to start practicing flow with, or was it more geared towards combat?
Well, like many folks in the saber community, our first, dip into lightsabers was with Ultra Sabers.
Right.
I'm just gonna stop there. Anyways, so then, but it was really good because we realized how much, we got the ones that we wanted, that we were like, oh my god, this looks cool, I want this, and we didn't know what we wanted to use them for, especially the ones that I got, and then I'm like, okay, this doesn't quite move quite easy, and I know I should be able to do this stuff, but as you start experimenting with different hilt sizes and all that stuff, and you're like, okay, wait, this, no wonder I couldn't do this before. It's because I was trying to grip this. Yeah, no, does not work.
Big log.
Right on, yeah. And but yeah, then that, as you go through, you realize, for when you're purpose buying lightsabers instead of just, and I use the term just really loosely, because respect to collectors, man. Seriously, you guys, it's cool. Totally cool. But when I get a lightsaber, I'm getting it to use it, and so I go for comfort. I go for balance. I go for the grip. Every saber that I use, there's a reason why I have it, and so yeah, it's really interesting actually when you start getting into them like that, because it totally makes your shopping different.
Oh, completely. I actually, until recently was when I first started getting my first collector sabers. But all of mine, I had a heavy cross guard, or a cross guard when I would do heavy battle. When I would do light speed, I had a short, one-handed curved hilt. I had a different ultra saber that was longer that I used when I was practicing flow. So it's almost like having a golf bag. You know what I mean? You have your particular saber for what you're trying to do.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I can, if you're going for a cool, super cool, clever, segue, I actually have a few that I could show you.
Oh, yeah, I would like that very much.
All right. Well, let's see. First, we'll start with the combat. I fight exclusively in TSL. That's my bag. I like the armor. I like the rules set.
Right.
I like everything about it. I love those guys. Seriously. I'll go more in depth in TSO later on. Yeah, right on. Flash some pictures. Because Wisconsin Rockies represent.
Were you able to go to Combat Con this year?
Negative. Just not quite in the books for us.
Right.
However, we're going to be hosting Wisconsin's very first tournament within just a couple weeks. It's called Bladetoberfest. It's going to be towards the end of September. And it's going to be awesome. We've already got at least 30 fighters coming right now. And,
oh, wow.
And including, literally, the first and second place fighters from TSL 5.
Wow.
Mark, no pressure.
No pressure. Was that Mark Caricio or?
Mark Carico and Alec Martinez.
And wow.
It's yeah, hey, I'm really looking forward. I hope that I get to fight one or both. I mean, whether it's tournament or not. But at the same time, I hope that I don't have to fight.
Right. That's not intimidating at all.
Right. But when I go walking into the ring at TSL, I have this right here. This is my Mandocore custom.
Oh.
Pardon me. Right there. My camera's reversed, so I'm trying to make sure it fits in and
yeah.
It's the full max length. It's 16 inches long. I have a squared Suba. I like it to be a little bit more maneuverable with a smaller diameter for myself. I like to fight with cyan. I throw in a photon blade for a little extra pizzazz.
Nice.
But that's that. I do the two-handed grip, so I want the max length. At times I can let it snap out single-handed, but it's really light. It's super sturdy. I love these things. A lot of people in TSL use them. I mean, there's reasons.
Right.
You know, kind of kicks ass.
Kicks butt.
So straight butt.
Yeah.
Kicks all over the place. And if I'm gonna go flow, what I was flowing with before I got my super duper awesome upgraded saber, which I'll get to that one. I have this. This is got some edging thrown on here. It's got a Verso board inside. It's really nice and light. This is Ethan Chester's work. I think it's a 7 chambers hilt, but Ethan Chester did all the install on it. It's like super sturdy. I can throw this in the air, drop it, turn it back on. It usually doesn't even. I mean, what I was saying doesn't turn off. Seriously, this thing is like. It's really misleading. This thing is like super solid inside.
Right.
And this one is a new beauty. This is going to be another plug for an awesome sabersmith. This is a Saberflex workshop design.
Oh.
This is the saber staff that I was using in the flow video.
Kristen Castro, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah.
And
is that
again,
one of his designs, or is that a design he made for you?
This is actually a design he made for me. But then, it was like this. This is the prototype design of the Shorty Saber staff. This one is made to be light and just go really fast, which is what I like to do. He's contact master, so that's. I like to dabble in that, but that's super his style.
Right.
So he made me that, and I love it. And this is the current crown jewel. This is an Electrum Sabercraft Remnant.
Oh.
However, I sent this off to Ethan Chesser, and he did some special stuff to it. So now inside it is the Profi 2, and he put in a NeoPixel for me.
Oh.
And he took out the touch panel, and he replaced it with a couple of tactile switches.
Oh,
for control over
yeah.
the Profi board. But this is the super cool part. Seriously, like I'm still geeking over this. This is a 7/8 inch NeoPixel.
Right.
And he did that so that I can still have my balance point for doing all my tricks. And this thing is awesome. And he has a fire blade that he built on there, like that's his font, his profile, and I love that thing. That thing is really fun to flow with.
Right.
They're all different, but they all do what they do.
Right. Do you? I know obviously you do work. You said you do choreography with your wife, but are you involved with the other like what is it called, Saber Legion, where it's more of a choreography kind of thing?
Oh, like the Saber Guild stuff?
Saber Guild, that's it. No,
I'm not. I'm pretty sure Wisconsin has like a chapter or a charter or a temple or whatever, what have you.
Right, Kristen, you just missed your saber. You just missed your saber being on air.
Totally pimped it again. But yeah, I haven't worked with any larger choreo groups, and anything that I've really done, I've done like just really quick little impromptu, like little movie shorts with some of my students and some of the folks that I've taught or worked with over the past few years. Right.
And for you, what makes a good flow saber? What sets one saber apart from another?
A lot of things. The number one is balance. Like for me, it's gotta be at least. It can't be too heavy, but it's gotta have super light balance, narrow grip, not a lot of buttons and frills and stuff on it.
Right.
At least not like the grip area. That's why, like with everything that I have has like some kind of a grip surface. But also it has to be super bright. I love bright saber blade. Like seriously, if it gets too close, I want to be blinded by this thing. I want people to be always amazed by, oh my gosh, it's a lightsaber in his hands. You know, that's why we swing them, right?
Right. Is there any difference for you? Because I noticed in your video you were using your NeoPixel. Is there much difference between swinging your NeoPixel and swinging an LED saber?
Yes, and I was always very skeptical of the NeoPixel for that reason, because you say lightsaber, I shouldn't feel any weight on this end, right?
Right.
But this thing, like I said, Ethan worked to make sure that this thing, he knows what I do, and he work to make sure that this thing is balanced just right. And the weight of the blade, when it's paired with that narrower, like the narrower blade, it's not, there's not as much wind resistance.
Oh, wow.
It really zips when I toss it, and but it still lends itself to when I want to do a strike.
Mm-hmm.
It gives itself that weight, so you can really lean into the strike.
Right. It's got to feel more like an actual sword.
Yeah, it gives you like I said, it gives you the oomph, but yet the balance is there. So it's really not as off-putting as I thought it would be, as far as like doing the flow. It is totally different though. Like it's a totally different feel, but it just takes a little bit to transition when I'm doing like an in-hilt versus a NeoPixel. But
and do you have to think about these things? Like if you're gonna do, say, let's say somebody calls you to do a performance 2 months from now, are you thinking about, okay, what am I going to be dressed up? Am I going to want more screen accurate saber? Therefore, I should be doing different types of tricks. Do you kind of like figure out, with the just like the combat sabers, figure out what saber fits your situation?
Actually, yeah. And it's different too, because like for me, like I actually do have performances. They're usually not like it's usually come out and be a Jedi, as opposed to come out and flow. But I bring the flow when I bring the Jedi. So, but also a lot of my things are usually like interactive with people. So I usually throw in like a demo in there.
Right.
But yeah, like I use, like, I keep my certain sabers, like those are like these sabers you can't really touch, but you can play with these.
Right.
Yeah, I always think about kind of what's the best tool for the job, I guess.
Right. So in that way, then, do you have to practice differently? Like, will you do, say, a routine, with a NeoPixel, and then try the same thing with an LED, just to see, how it's different for you?
Oh, for sure. There's some tricks that I was like, oh, I'm probably not going to be able to pull this off with the NeoPixel, and like I won't be able to get quite the right lift in this toss, or anything like that. But again, as long as that balance is where it needs to be, that's like the like the axle of your wheel. That's like the biggest thing, is just as long as it's going to spin where it's supposed to spin.
Right.
I just got to get used to the different speed and the different weight that I'm catching, really.
And what do you tell you? Because you said you've trained other people. Is there something that you start with, like, because obviously this is something that takes a lot of determination. You don't just pick up the saber and start flipping it your first time and automatically spin it and doing all these amazing tricks. What do you tell your newer students to keep them going when they feel like they're hitting a wall?
I usually just tell them to slow down. That's seriously, like, slow down. Just slow down. Pay attention to what you're doing. And if you're like, and it really, if like, I usually try to get somebody to change their perspective before I get them to change their mechanics or whatever they're doing to try and get them past that wall, I guess. Because a lot of times it's just looking at something from a different point of view will kind of help you get past that obstacle that you couldn't get past before.
Right. Do you find it any different? Do you work with people of all different age groups?
Yeah, it's been really, really cool. Like, I know they had on the pictures there. There's like, I've worked with like anywhere from 4 years old to, I think there was a gentleman in his 60s or 70s.
Oh wow!
At one of my events, and like, because I've done like their events usually at libraries or whenever they're having like a Star Wars themed something, and I'll show them just kind of a couple of basic spins because everybody wants to do the front whip or at least go for the Obiani, something to like feel Star Wars. But then I always pair it with choreo because for everybody that wants to look cool with the lightsaber, there's another person that wants to fight cool with the lightsaber. So
right.
So I always bring that with to like keep everybody involved and everybody gets to have whatever it is that they're going to really kind of gravitate towards as far
the
as
type of experience.
Okay, yeah, I have this lightsaber. What do I do with it?
Right. And now you were saying that a lot of times people will they'll hire you to be just a Jedi, but then you come out and you introduce the flow to them. What kind of reactions do you get from people that are obviously not in the community, that this is a brand new thing for them?
One more time. I'm sorry. My phone was just like telling me that it had 20% power. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, no problem. I was asking. You were saying a lot of times you go out to these events and you're asked to be a Jedi, but then you bring the flow and the entertainment with it. What are people's responses when they see something? I mean, people that are outside of the Saber community that may not be familiar with flow.
Right on. Sorry, man. But no, a lot of people, it's usually the wow factor. They're just like, ooh, and get especially like guaranteed almost like the first time at every single place that I've ever done flow, as soon as you like let that saber go for the first time, like you can hear everybody like in the same time, and then you catch it, then it's nice, yeah, I see that, and
right,
and that's really cool. But like it if you could do some pretty cool tricks with a lightsaber, it definitely makes immerses those people in it just as much as you are when you're swinging the saber.
Right. Do you is that how you attract new people in? Have you gone to events where you were hired as Jedi and done this, and then had people that were like, dude, I want to learn that, teach me the way, like they're all Doctor Strange with you, teach me.
There's been a couple actually, like the first the very first event that I ever did was actually it was actually for like a one of the first screening of Solo, which has no lightsabers in it, so why not do a lightsaber performance there? That makes total sense.
Right,
and,
makes sense to me.
But that was I got a building, or I had a room, I had a plan, I had a pile of lightsabers, and I had decent enough cosplay kit. So, I went and set up a little booth, and then before the movie played, I tossed my lightsaber around, dropped it once, and then I got my first class from that. Actually, it was pretty cool.
Wow!
But
congratulations! That's how you do it.
Thanks. But otherwise, like I've been playing it pretty playing it low key though, and at this point, it's just if any of the locals want, that local Star Wars guy to show them some cool moves or do a family event, I'm right there. Some of those I'm not necessarily dressed up because let's face it, weather does not go accordingly when you're outside.
And I was going to ask you, we're getting ready to close out, but I was going to ask you, with quarantine, has that, as a flow artist, that's one of the few. Distance Nerding is asking, any tips for beginners, flow to combat, how to get started? Well, actually, let's go with that. We covered the one tip about pushing through with the perseverance. Any more tips or flow or combat tips?
Let's see, for flow, man, like for flow and combat. If you see somebody that's like really really good, ask them. Yes, they're all going to tell you practice, but that generally they know what they're talking about. And if you see, I always approach the people that are masters of their craft. Just get some of that insight, because it's really valuable, and 90% of these people have worked their butts off to get there, and They always have something really useful and valuable to share. And almost everybody's got some time that they're willing to share. You just got to ask.
Right. So what I was about to ask you, and then we're gonna get ready and close up. But has quarantine been good or bad for you? Has it been more time to practice, or has it been harder to be motivated?
We'll say little column A, little column B. I became a dad right before everything kind of exploded. Like, literally 3 months before my daughter was born, December 31st, 2019. So it was kind of helpful so that I could really do more of that. But as the years started to progress, it kind of stunk, because I really wanted to get out there and I really missed it. I missed getting together with my peeps and, doing a flow jam and getting together and talking about all things nerdy while hanging onto a lightsaber. But since it's kind of backed off just a little bit, I have some things have started up again. So that's really cool, because I really like working with special needs kids, and some of those facilities, you have to honor their policies, and so it's been very very cool that things have been kind of moving a little bit better again.
Excellent. And as we're getting ready to close up, how can people, if they wanted to find out more about you, do you have some artists have TikTok pages, or they have videos on their Facebook pages? Do you have any place or YouTube perhaps? Do you have any places where people can check out your work?
Well, on Instagram, I am Jedi_dad_life. On Facebook, seriously, reach out to me, Grady Magee. Hit me a private message if you want any tips. I will make time, and I'll help you push through that wall. And on YouTube, I don't really push my YouTube out too often, just because it's just another place and another thing to do, and not being a dad. But I'm Elwood Graystar on there.
All right. Wonderful. Well, Grady, I want to thank you for staying up late tonight. I know you got family and other responsibilities to take care of. We love what you do. Every time we get a video by you, we're always excited. Please keep up the fantastic work, and we'll be looking for more videos.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks for doing what you guys do. It's cool that you guys keep, like you said, during the quarantine times, it's very cool to keep the community rolling.
Thank you. We're not worthy. All right, Grady, you have a beautiful evening.
Thanks, man. You guys too.
Peace.
Hey,
holy did you walk past me and I didn't see?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, dude, I could get robbed up here and I wouldn't even know it.
Did you even notice that I ran in there to turn on the lights? Because you didn't look at me.
I did. I put a thumbs up to you.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I was in the interview. I put the thumbs up. What is up, Dark
Side Saber's in the house?
I was gonna say, I totally forgot Darth Vladith. That's it. Darth Vladith is in the house. Did you wear the bucket to the con today?
Yeah.
He is just getting back from SAC Anime. How was it?
It was all right. It was definitely more packed than last weekend.
Silicon?
At Silicon, yeah. It was pretty packed, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of costumes.
What time did you go?
We got there around 3:30, something like that. You know what I mean? So we're only there for a couple hours.
Oh, okay.
But we're going back tomorrow and the day afterwards, so.
So you're going the whole weekend, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice. Beautiful.
Yeah, you betcha.
Oh, and by the way, oh snap! Sorry, I didn't mean to come in that loud. By the way, I still have that one ticket left. So if anybody wanted it, let me know. Hit me up tonight. You can message Kyber Cave tonight. Distance Nerding said your bucket was incredible.
Oh, thank you.
And the suit was a nice touch. They said. I still have one ticket left for SAC Anime. So if you need that, hit us up at Kyber Cave. Otherwise, we will see you next week.
No, we won't.
We won't? Why?
No, we won't. We still have one more segment, and you keep forgetting about it.
I do. You're right.
I spent an hour editing this.
I know, and this one was a special one too. Go ahead. We have Ezra. Go ahead. Tell everybody.
I found a editing site and was able to edit together the TikToks for us this week. We have 2 TikToks, both of which are incredible. So also the support to the creators who made them. You're going to question why it took me an hour to make it, but don't question me.
It's your first one. Maybe next week will take less time.
Well, yeah, I had to format it, so we'll see. All right, and let's get into the talk of the town.
Talk of the town.
You're welcome, all you nerds.
Very cool. I like that. I didn't even get to hear it with sound the last time, so that was cool. Yeah, bucket with cat ears. Oh, when does George get a bucket with cat ears? Oh, we will have to ask George about that. He's gonna have to
get a bucket with cat ears.
Huh?
Sith Cat's getting a bucket with cat ears.
Oh, Sith Cat is?
Yeah.
Oh, apparently Sith Cat's getting a bucket with cat ears.
Good for him.
All right, y'all. We will check you out next Friday, and I will try to remember the talk of the town that time.
Please. Every time.
You work so hard.
I do. I spend like 3 hours a night looking for TikToks every night.
Oh, and you know what? Before we go, I totally forgot. One more time, I want to give love to Distance Nerding. Thank you for a fantastic time last night. I want to thank the winners that won all the 2 pops. I also got this. I only have one here. The other one is in my cause bag somewhere. I don't know if you can see this. This is a contact. This is from Cosplay Elite on Texas Street in Fairfield. He gave me a pair of Sith Eye contacts, and I had taken one because I have this half mask thing. I was going to do just one Sith Eye, but then, I forgot it in the bag, so I only have one. So possibly next week, I'm going to have these in. But if you would like your own set of eyes, he has like 30 different styles, all black, everything. You can check him out at Cosplay Elite, downtown Fairfield. Ask for Kenya.
He works at 910
Texas?
West Texas.
Just Texas.
Just Texas? Okay. He works at 910 Texas Street.
He was literally across the street from Kyber Cave. That's why I knew it's just Texas.
Fair point.
All right. So, yeah, check out Cosplay Elite. And this time we will seriously see you next week.
Actually, no. We have one more thing.
Uh-oh.
Help out our friends at Rebel Cause, please.
Yay, Rebel Cause. A fantastic cause. Again, not the same thing as Rebel Cause Lancaster.
Yes, how about our friends at Rebel Cause Lancaster?
Do not help out Rebel Cause, please.
No.
Help out Rebel Cause Lancaster. 2 different organizations completely.
Yes. Rebel Cause Lancaster is a group. They help out people who...
Nonprofit.
Yes, they are nonprofit. They help out people who don't have a place for their own. They help them get warm food, blankets, shelter.
They had 2 shelters running last year during the pandemic. I know they helped out over 400 individuals as families, children, men, women. Not only have a place to stay during hard times, but help some people get back on their feet and get them to job resources. So fantastic cause. Please help out Caden and his crew in any way you can.
They also don't do anything like to single a person out or anything. They are all inclusive. They don't care about your religion, your race, your anything. They will help you out no matter what.
If you're a human being, just walk in the door and say you need help.
Exactly.
But they need your help right now, so please help them.
They need your help. They lost their fundings and their shelters unfortunately had to close. Please go help them out. Send them $1. Send them 50 cents. Anything helps.
Or even just repost on your page
Yeah.
to let other people know about Rebel Cause Lancaster.
Exactly. Please help them and be a good human.
That's what we need more of in the world, Ezra. Good human beings. All right. Are we done now?
Yes, we are done now.
All right. I will see you guys next week, Ezra. I will see you in about 30 seconds.
All right.
Peace.
Bye, everyone.